Welcome to Total
Never
Freedom
starts now.
Events. Welcome to Total Freedom Events. With that with Zay Faith and Devin Edwards. Over here on Instagram,
Hello.
you don't see the man, but he is here. Facebook and YouTube, what is up? Definitely let us know where y'all are watching from. So over the past few weeks, couple of weeks, I don't know. We have been going live and we are really just preparing for 2023. I like I say on every single video, I really love this time of the year, not for the festivities, but mainly because it just feels like, I love like the whole energy of spending time with myself and reflecting on who I have become and the things I have done, the things that work and the things that have not worked, and how can we plan, do review to make them better. And I think one of the best lessons that we've learned this year in 2022 is managing our mind. And we're going to talk
Mhm.
about managing our mind in three different ways. We're going to talk about, you know, how our perspective, how it influences our emotions and being able to manage our minds, our opinions. Like, how do our opinions, how can we use them to manage our minds? And also the vision. What is the vision and how can that help us to manage our minds? So, Devan, manage your mind. What comes up when someone says you need to manage your mind? What comes up for you?
No, for me, like it comes up when imagining your mind is like managing your thoughts around situation, managing how you feel about how you're thinking around the situation, like anything to do with like how how we're functioning mentally and just our language, our words, um, managing our understanding of a thing, like really stretching ourselves to know and not just think. So like one of those ways that comes in like opinions and facts. You have perspective, you have vision, lack of vision. These things come into tact when it comes to managing our mind. And usually our mind is what's gonna direct us towards what we gonna do, we get to do, or what we're currently doing. And this is funny because one thing I was in the toilet. Who knows you get a lot of like you get a lot of inspiration and vision when you're in the toilet.
I
It's a bit
definitely
personal,
do.
put like put me in the chat if that's you. But like literally, I was who's ever heard of the concept like how you do anything is how you do everything. So you've heard about that, innit? So,
Mhm.
but I mean, we know that's not the case because a lot of people are good at one thing and competent at one thing, but not competent in another area. So people might be competent with their physical goals, but not really competent with their financial thing. But when I was in the toilet, I was like, this is literally what it is. What this is, how you view anything is how you do anything.
Mhm.
How you view anything is how you do anything.
Mhm.
And that's where it comes towards managing our minds. How we view everything that's in relation to where our mind is being directed. So, and that comes like, let's say for example, you might like fish, and you might say like, oh, I don't like this. I only like fish. So because you view it that way, you're just gonna have the fish. You're just gonna have the fish. Like, oh, like, oh, I don't think this thing's gonna work out for me. So you're not gonna do anything about that, right? You place an opinion on that, and that opinion can either limit you or liberate you. But that's something. That's when the management comes into place because you get to evaluate that. and then now based on that you adopt a new perspective around it. So it's like, okay, I'm viewing this is my opinion on that. Let me challenge that, and if it's not serving me, let me reframe that opinion and put it into a perspective that's going to empower me. And so here's an example. When we know that everyone has like we get a lot of people like in our ears like saying, oh, you shouldn't go that direction, or you shouldn't do this. And people, a lot of social media trying to like get into our minds as well, like whichever way it may be, whether they're selling something or telling us false news or whatever it may be. But the one of the questions that comes up is, are we willing to handle other people's opinions against us? Because, and are we willing to hold on to our perspective, our vision? Are we willing to hold in what serves our mind moving forward? Are we willing to surround our people which is going to elevate our mind moving forward against these opinions? Like, are you actually willing to do that? Like, are you willing to accept that? Yeah, you don't have to be stuck. Are you willing to accept that just because you say you're stuck, that's an opinion? Like and you can claim to be stuck. You know, you can claim to not have money, but then you can have money in 1 minute if you create an action. You know, like these are things that's changeable. So and again, it's like you got to change your mind before you even change anything else. So that's why I say, like, how you view anything is how you do anything. And literally, like, you got literally got to catch a vision for yourself. So you got to understand, okay, what do you want? Like, what is serving you? How do you want to think? Like, how do what do you want your mind? What do you want to entertain your mind? What do you want to entertain your mind with? Like, how do you want your mind to be wired? Do you want it to be wired like people who make good decisions? Do you want it to be wired towards wealth? Do you want it to be wired towards good habits? Do you want it to be wired towards the best health you can have, the best relationship you can have? Like, how do you want your mind to be wired? And so now you have to catch that vision for yourself and apply a perspective, apply some actions that's going to support that. And any opinions that try to standing that, you can't allow that. You just can't allow that. So yeah, so you want to clear and release anything that's stopping you. That's because the managing the mind is kind of that kind of step to greatness within ourselves. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting as you were speaking. The only thing that kept coming up for me is I used to hear like my grandmother and all her friends and everybody say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And it's funny because our mind it's first of all, you know, it wasn't until I started doing personal development when I realized our brain is not our mind.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, hold on. So whenever I learned that, right, I was like, okay, so if my brain is not my mind is not my brain, my mind is inside my brain. Maybe because maybe it's energetic. I know we can go in a rabbit hole, but when I learned that my brain is not my mind, I became obsessed with like, okay, I know my mind is a part of me. How can I? And I know my mind is like controlling me. So how can I? How can I use this thing to my advantage? Like, for instance, if my mind was a part of me, like, you know, for instance, like my teeth. I know how to manage my teeth. I know I got to brush my teeth. You know what I'm saying? I know, I know how to take care of my teeth. I know where I can go learn more about my teeth. So I'm like, how can I manage this thing that has so much control over my life? How can I manage my mind? And so that's why I would say definitely personal development is definitely key. Is definitely key in order to learn to break through. Because I don't know about you, if this
Definitely.
is you, please don't let me, please, if this is you, don't like let me hang here by myself. But have you ever just felt like something's holding you back? Like you're like, bro, I know this and I'm super present, but there's something, whether it's like some type of spiritual welfare or like it's something energetic, you just feel like something's holding you back. Like, has anybody else felt that? And so I'm learning through personal development,
Yep.
it goes down to managing our mind, right? And so with what does that mean? It's the thoughts, it's our past experiences, it's our traumas, it's our emotions, right? All of that makes up our minds. It's like all this, like it's all of this like these things. It's like our consciousness, maybe even. Maybe I'm going too deep. But
No,
so
no,
to manage our
keep going.
mind,
Let's go.
to manage our mind, we get to, just like for instance, if I want to have healthier teeth, if I want to have the best smile, the most healthiest smile, I'm going to go to the dentist, right? I'm going to go to the people in the place who can help me, who help teach me get my teeth right, right? Or I'm going to Google like things about my teeth. We get to do that with our mind, and that's where it comes to personal development. And throughout that training, throughout that upkeep, that maintenance of our mind, it really gives us a different perspective on life. Kind of like how you were using the example, like if someone chooses to only eat fish, and so that is, that's their perspective, that's their thoughts, that's their emotions, right, around that idea, right? And
Yeah.
so our perspective, oh man, I remember when I was in the military, I had this one leader, and it was so many times, I just don't know what it was, but I would like, they would always catch me like in the, like at the end or middle or something. It was me. It was
Caught in
me,
the
man.
act. What?
But I'm like, bro, like you just walk past, you ain't even see the whole thing. And they like, well, it just don't look right. And I'm like, I'm like, but it's not like, let me explain. Well, the perspective is all that matters. I used to hate that. I'm like, you
Oh
first of all, you
man.
don't know what you're talking about because you wasn't even here from the beginning. But honestly, and I don't even want to admit this, but they're right. People have their perspectives on things, their thoughts, their emotions from their experience wrapped around this thing, and they just run with it, whether it's right, wrong, or whatever. But in your life, right, in our lives, we get to manage our perspectives by educating ourselves, going to the the um the resources, going to the tools of people with the results that we want. And the interesting thing is there's no wrong. Like, we all have an opinion. Going into the second one, right? We all have an opinion of what is right for us. And we can use this for an example whenever it comes to spiritual beliefs. Some people choose religion, some people choose spirituality, some people don't choose anything. Like, that's your opinion. It's just that, based on your perspective, where you are today, we get to go deep on our perspective and actually, low key validate our perspectives. You know what I mean? But through our experience, through our research, through our, did I say experience? Not just listening to
Yeah.
everybody and not thinking for ourselves. We also get to think for ourselves, and that's when we get to develop our personal opinions. So, like, I'll be honest, when it comes to us, like, we are spiritual beings, but we don't, we're not like part of a denomination. Like, we're not strict
Yeah.
on one way of worshiping, and I'm just standing in words so people can understand, right? But that's
Yeah.
our opinion. And we have no shame, no guilt. Like, you can't say anything to me that's going to make me change my opinion on my spiritual beliefs, because it's my relationship with the source, right?
And our perspectives that we carry is based on the principles as well,
Mm-hmm.
and like universal law and stuff like that, which is something that, as we move forward, our vision for how we want to live our life, our vision for how we get to show up in life, is supported by that perspective
Mm-hmm.
and of
Mm-hmm.
those principles and the laws. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And I would say, to just to complete this thought, is maybe I should have did it the opposite way, but I think this is all derived from the vision. So whatever our vision is for our lives, whatever our vision is for our life, right? We can reverse engineer it. We can reverse engineer it and saying, okay, I have opinions about this. This is the vision for my life. Okay. And this is my perspective from my experience. And we all get to um take responsibility and lead ourselves, on that path, right? I think I think, and I'm just trying to like wrap this up. So in order to manage our mind, we get to trust ourselves. We get to trust our vision. Choose we get to choose our vision. We get to choose our vision, and we get to commit to that vision, right? And we're allowed to pivot. So we get to choose and commit to our vision, and then, you know, have such high self-worth, have so much belief in ourselves and so much belief in our vision, that no matter no matter what's happening in the world, or no matter like what's happening outside of us, we get to pivot if we choose to, but we also get to stay strong in our vision, and
yeah,
in our
definitely.
opinion. And then and be open, though, throughout the like things happening, throughout like the more knowledge we learn and grow. Be open to the idea that, okay, our perspective could have been wrong. We caught only piece of what we thought it was. So I think in order to manage our mind, it's definitely those layers. And through managing our mind, it's a practice. It's not like, oh well, I mean, if you choose to, but in order to grow and to strive, definitely managing our minds, it's work. It's managing our thoughts, managing our feelings, managing the new information that we are experiencing in our life, and receiving every single day. So I would say, if you are in a place to where, because I'm always just thinking about, where everybody may be,
Yeah.
excuse me, mainly based on my personal experience of me like just starting, and like I don't know what the hell is going on, but I can't stop crying. Right? Or like I hear this, okay, what's the next step? Right? Or like where I feel like where I am right now, like I see it. I know there's still some more work, and I do get to go deep on that work. But for the most part, like, how can this become managing my mind? How can it be? Because we still have breakdowns. I know I still have breakdowns. How can I get so good at not missing a day, missing a moment of my life because of something that happened? So definitely managing our mind is definitely a priority for 2023, because the stronger our leadership, the stronger our we can manage ourselves, lead ourselves, manage our emotions, manage our thoughts. The happier we'll be, the more fulfilled we'll be, because we will be in alignment with our vision.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, we definitely get to evaluate how we see the world around us, because literally like about like for things we want to experience, it's like it's our perception that kind of unravels that. It's our perception that
Mhm.
kind of pieces those puzzles together to experience the things that we want to experience, and we have to see it before we even believe it. We have to see it before we even seize it. We have to see it before we can actually experience it. So we can, and that we have to stretch our imagination. And like one of the one steps that have helped me, and helped a lot of people, like is the question is the answer. I like to say the question is the answer. And here's a three questions that we can ask ourselves when stepping into anything that's new or maybe uncomfortable, especially when managing our minds, whatever in whichever direction of life you are in. Are you willing? Are you hungry? And are you coachable? And so now, are you willing? Are you hungry? Are you coachable? And connecting it to these aspects of managing our mind, opinion, perspective, and vision. Are you willing to handle other people's opinions of you? Are you willing to um, be steadfast on your opinion if it's going to empower you or if it's serving you? Secondly, are you coachable enough to adopt a higher perspective on what that opinion may be, or an opinion on that's or where you want to go into life? So like, are you coachable enough to adopt a perspective that's going to help you, that's going to really empower you? And then third, are you hungry enough to create and catch a vision for yourself that's going to hold you and going to hold your mind, strengthen your mind, expand your mind, moving forward into a better version of you? So you have to be, are you willing, are you hungry, are you coachable to really embrace these things, these kind of different constructs within your mind, to be able to manage it and then master it? And so these are stuff that I go through my mind like every day. Like, okay, am I willing to accept what this person just said to me? No, I'm not. Am I coachable enough to adopt a higher perspective? Am I coachable enough to respond better, react better? Am I coachable enough to be able to accept that abundance is my birthright? Am I coachable enough to adopt a perspective that I can achieve these heights? Am I coachable enough to stretch my imagination? And then am I hungry enough to surround myself in and immerse myself in that vision every day until that becomes a reality? So yeah, and based on that, like, that's part of, because Zay and I, we've been on a revenue challenge. It's been day one today, and a lot of these things around like wealth, identity, and our opinions, and the mindset, the mindset that's been literally a theme that pops up all the time, and it's helped us so much. But I'm like, ask yourself, like, if who's helping you, and we want you to really join us in like tuning into this, so you can get that different perspective. You can hear these opinions. You can really catch a vision for yourself towards maybe what you want to do, or and kind of clear those limiting beliefs. Really understand where your passions lie, stuff, how you want to show up in the world, how you want to serve yourself and serve others. If you want to do that, literally click the link in the bio, or there might be a link in the description. Join the revenue challenge. It's a 5-day revenue challenge from December 12th to December 16th, and it's gonna be it's been amazing so far. Like, we upgraded to VIP as well. Like, it's been a great experience. But like, if you're someone who wants to like really build a better you for 2023 moving forward, and really manage your mind, and go and be in the path of mastery as well, like, put that in the comments below. Like, put mind, or put five in the chat below.
Put a 5.
Put 5. High five it. High five, guys. High five. Or like DM us, like, DM us high five, and let's just connect, like, and really build upon building ourselves. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, and just to make sure people over here on Instagram really heard you, is like, definitely cultivating our environments. And so the way that we cultivate our environments is putting ourselves, in sometimes in challenging situations, putting ourselves in rooms where we're like, okay, we don't know what they're talking about, but I'm here to get the information. And so definitely being coached too, and we talk about this all the time. Hiring a coach is what is helping us to get to the next level. So, put a 5 in the comment, or we're going to put the link in the comment if you want to be a part of this revenue challenge, because that definitely is like just seeing how the 3% think. Like, having access to the 3% and seeing how they're thinking, seeing their perspective, hearing their opinion, seeing their vision. And so it definitely does something. So with that being said, make sure you just sit down and take a moment with yourself and figure out what emotions, what thoughts, what perspectives, what vision, what opinions do you get to cultivate and develop with him for yourself. And we hope to see y'all on this challenge, because it is definitely just like you said, we upgraded the VIP, and we're like, bro, just day one alone was worth the VIP.
Yep.
So
For real.
we will see y'all. Let me see.
Mhm.
Y'all know I be on Instagram. Y'all know I got to get my angles for my cover photo. Don't see. I don't care about y'all opinion.
Should I crop this one into a reel?
Yeah. Oh. See y'all tomorrow. Manage your mind. Manage your mind.
Let's go, guys. Take care.
All right. Let's end this thing.